Come on in, come on up, come on over for the merriest time of year. Come on up, come on in, get together for a good time. Smile, my dear. Come on in, come on up, come on over. We'll be dancing round the tree. So let us have a swinging Christmas, just like 1, 2, 3. We know the time is short, we blink and then it's gone. So we better make the most of what we've got. So take your neighbor by the hand and join the dance parade before the clock strikes and it's all too late.
Hi, everyone. I hope you're really enjoying this summit. This has been an amazing several days, and just all the different things you can make, especially using the Cricut Joy. Now, some people from my list I know came on and they were worried about, well, this is just for Cricut Joy. Well, think differently, because even though the projects are small on the Cricut Joy, you have to think about, you can do all of these projects on an Explorer or a Maker. So it gives you a lot of fun to do that. So you have big choices here to make everything that you see. Now, let's see who is here. Hi, Jeanette. Catherine from Long Island. Hi, Joy. Cheryl from Michigan. South Texas. Amazing. So I hope everybody's really having some fun. Now, it's good afternoon for a lot of you. For me, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'm on the West Coast. Hello from Germany again. Hi. Shana from Missouri. I don't have a Joy yet, but I want one. Yes, I couldn't do without mine. I use my Joy for a lot of stuff, even though I have a Maker and I have, of course, an Explorer as well. I use those extensively, but when I have card projects, most often I'm using my Joy, and especially if I want some nice intricate cuts that I'm going to put on a card, I use my Joy every time. I find it does an amazing job of that. BC, Canada. Okay, Eve, I'm in Vancouver. Where are you? Morning from Enfield, South Dakota. Wow, from all over the place. Hello from the UK. Angel, nice to meet you here. Catherine, hello. Yes, I use my Joy a lot and love it. Absolutely. It is one of the most amazing things. Now, the one project I brought, I just pulled mine over here. I love having these signs available. Now, I see some of the light isn't perfect here. Let me just see if I can improve the lighting just a little bit. So we have the Be Kind and we have the Welcome. Now, the nice thing about using the Joy, of course, you can cut these out. And of course, this is iron-on, and I want to talk a little bit about the materials you can use. We put these on wood, but you can also put iron-on cardstock, believe it or not. So you can cut your words out and iron them onto a card. So that is a lot of fun. Okay, Port Coquitlam. Ah, yes. There's a great pizza place in Port Coquitlam. Catherine, Port Coquitlam. Okay, UK, Catherine, not the best time to, I can't quite see the rest of the question. Do you think HTV is easier to weed than sticker vinyl? Yes, it is. I find the HTV a lot better. Stickers are okay, but when you get to the HTV, you can see the lines a little better. And of course, I have a little trick that I use with my HTV when I cut anything out when I need to weed it. I take a little bit of baby powder or talcum powder and I sprinkle it over the top and just sort of run my hands over the surface, and then I blow off or wipe off the top, but the little white stays where all the little lines are, so then I can see where I'm weeding. Yesterday I was weeding something called potpourri. This is for a project I'm working on. I'm putting stuff on glass, And I found that weeding it was really tough. And then I've like, oh yeah, put my baby powder on. I put the baby powder on, then I could see all the lines and I could easily get it off. I just did my first iron-on glitter cardstock. Yes, nice. I loved how the project turned out. Do you prefer working with vinyl or paper? Well, I am a very paper-oriented person. So I love the paper, but I also have purchased, I would say, at least 50 of these mystery boxes. So I have a lot of vinyl on hand. So now I find that putting vinyl on paper works extremely well. So I'm mixing all of those things up. I've done a number of projects. The last summit that I put on, we did, if you can see up, I'm going to see if I can get the right hand up here. You can see a glass beside here. That's vinyl on glass. That was a project that I had worked on. So working with vinyl on glass, and then I use vinyl on various other things as well. And I'll do a little show and tell here. We did the iron on. This was a Cricut project I had done for something else. And this is iron on here. And of course, iron on this side. And that was just a little hug card we put together with the stickers. And that was a Mother's Day thing that we had done. So that is iron on, and that's on cardstock. And of course, the iron on wood works extremely well. Yesterday, I was experimenting with iron on glass. Don't go there. It doesn't work all that way. It does work, but it peels off the minute you go to wash it. So I wouldn't touch that one at all. That's a cute card. Thank you. Do you put the powder in a tool so it's easy, it's not so messy? Yes and no. I've got a little puff tool that I bought on Amazon, and you just buy it empty and you can fill it up. I don't know whether I can find it here quite easily. I have all my stuff hanging around here. I haven't got a handle on that one. Sorry, I haven't got it. It's got a little brush on the end, and then of course a little puff thing, so you can put it in there and just take the brush and just brush over, or you can just dip the brush in the powder and just go over where you think the lines are. It works really well. Good to know. Hi, Black Sheep. Karen, I recently got a mini press, so I'm plan on trying vinyl soon. Yes, I use my mini press for everything. I have the big machine, so I decided when I was buying my heat presses, I would buy the big one in case I needed something larger and I didn't want to have to do it twice. And then I bought the mini press, and I find that I use that more than the larger one now because I'm doing smaller projects, and it's easier to control how long you're on there. So I just put them on for a little bit of time and just see if it sticks and just take it from there. And of course, when you're doing things like these wood ones, you have to make sure that you do coat them with the Mod Podge at the end. Otherwise, you're going to have a different surface. Now, the other thing you can do is you can cover these with a clear resin if you want, and that will really make it shine as well. You can just cover it. There's a UV activated resin you can use for these, and that UV activated resin, you just need one of those little UV lights that you put your nails under, and you can just sort of heat it up that way, and it'll settle in. You would have to make sure the piece you're working on is going to fit underneath that little dryer for the nails. So that's another little thing that you can do. Hi, Debbie. Jay's Crafting Corner. Resin works wonderful over vinyl. Yes, it does. It's perfect. What's the gray sign behind you? Let's see if I move. Oh, wrong way. This one. That is the top of a box. This one. Do what you love, it says. I'm going to knock a bunch of stuff off here. So just 1 second. I have a very small space. This is just a box. And I'm scared to open it because it is full of Cricut pens. You can see all my Cricut pens hiding in there. So that's what that sign is. Just keep that one up there. I have all these boxes. I bought them at Michael's, and they're on this side. Live, laugh, love, hope, dream, inspire, love, imagine, create. So I have those full of my pens, all my little craft supplies, so that I don't have them hanging around on all kinds of spaces. Now, where's the best place to get vinyl that isn't too expensive? I buy mystery boxes, believe it or not, and I get lots of vinyl that way. I quite often will check the sales on Hobby Lobby or Michael's. We don't have Hobby Lobby in Vancouver, but there is one in Bellingham, so we quite often can go there. But I always look for the sale. Sizer, there's I think it's 143 vinyl. I buy it there as well. They have very good pricing. I'm doing a commercial for them now. And of course, HTV Ront, I think it's called. And I believe they're sponsoring part of this. So that is a great place to buy your vinyl as well. And it's not that expensive. I buy the rolls. I happen to have a roll of the Sizer here that I bought for, believe it or not, $1. And that was at Hobby Lobby. Sometimes they put them on sale because the little edge here is ripped and you'll get them on sale. But always check the sale flyers. And of course, there's lots of sales that often go on, the different websites if you're on the mailing list. And I've actually bought Sizer at Joann's as well. Thank you for the great tips. What's the sign behind you? Thank you. Just two. Just want to make sure I don't miss any questions here. Now, somebody had asked me way back, how long have I been working with Cricut and all of the Cricut crafts that I've been doing. I give you a little background. I started my business in 2017 with my daughter, Karina. You probably know her as Tika. And we started then having just a craft store called Copious Crafts, and I still use it today. And we sort of built through it. And then eventually I decided that, just selling stuff wasn't my thing. I like to design and make things. I have a big degree in computing science and software engineering. So I thought I like playing with computers. I like designing stuff. So I got more into that around 2019. We moved it into a blog and projects. And like most of us, when I first got my Cricut, this was really funny. It was, I just bought an Explorer. And it was an Explorer 2. And I thought, okay, I really need something that's going to do the automatic cutting. And I particularly score lines, because I was so tired of putting my own score lines in and not getting them perfect. So I thought, oh, great, I'll buy this. I brought the machine home and it had this mat inside of it. And it was like, okay, what's the mat for? And it had like a blade in it and a pack of 2 pens. Okay, where's the directions? And of course, there were none. So that sort of intrigued me as to learning, but I couldn't figure out why the mat was sticky. I had no idea what it was for. So it was just really sort of one of those things, because I have such a tech background. Like, okay, I'm going to figure this thing out. And gradually I figured out all the tips and tricks behind it. And I experimented with stuff. And then I started teaching at Michael's all the beginner Cricut parts. And then I really got more into it at that point in time. And then I start picking up all the different things that I'm making. You can see behind me, I have a lot of fun with 3D stuff. I make paper flowers. There's two 3D flower pots behind me with flowers in them. There's windmills. I made all kinds of windmills and flowers and cards. And there's a mandala in the back. And you can see, of course, some butterflies in frames. We made all the paper frames and everything from there. So now I go design nuts, and I can't pass by the dollar store without, playing around and discovering things. And Elena, I got it in the mail. I have to let you know, this is that wood scorch. I ordered it from Amazon. It came in this package. So I have mine. Now I have something to play with. So that was a lot of fun as well. So I'm learning stuff from everybody else at the same time. Do you have a favorite type of card you like to design? Believe it or not, I put it's an ebook together, and I designed 75 different folds and cuts for cards. And the SVG is part of it. The PNG is part of it. And I designed this whole book, and then I found I had 26 more designs. So I have over 100 different ways to fold, cut. I don't adorn them. I don't put ephemera on it. I teach you how to create your own to put on it. But having all these folds and cuts, favorite project I like making using my Cricut. Now, favorite project, I really get into a lot of different things. And I'm just looking around me because I have to pull a favorite because somebody asked me. And I think some of the favorite things is I like making boxes as well. Let's see if I can pull stuff out without destroying my whole thing. So I like making paper flowers. And of course, this is a box. So I love doing 3D type things. So paper flowers, boxes, that type of stuff. And one of the other things, nice, can wait to see your scorch marker. Yeah, playing with the marker as well. Oh, that is fantastic. Now, most people say, how big is your craft room? Like I see a lot of people with their craft rooms in the videos and go, oh, that's a dream room. If I move my arms from side to side, I can touch the edges of my craft room, and I can do the same thing when I go the other side. So it's very compact. I have a lot of storage shelves. I love IKEA. Thank you, IKEA. I love Michaels for the boxes. And of course, my table, a demo table here, and I have a camera that sits above. I have a microphone sitting right here. It's a small room, so you can do anything in a small room. The biggest thing is you got to organize it in a way where you know everything is. My little table here has 2 IKEA 6 sets of drawers underneath it, and I have another one sitting over here facing the other way that I can get into. So that's a little bit on that. Okay, so let's ask some more questions. Do I have any fun events coming? Yes. On August 18th, 19th, I have the Back to School workshop. It's a 2-day event. Now, I haven't opened up registration quite yet, but if you send me an email at min@betsmakes.com, I can get you sort of the $10 discount, sort of you pre-register if you are interested. Just put in your title, I guess BTS, okay, BTS workshop, and then just BTS workshop interest. Let me know, and I can send you the link to get $10 off of that workshop. That workshop will sell for $49. I do have a special on it for $39 if you want to get in early. So that will be, there's myself doing most of it, and Chelly Ontis is going to be doing our Lunch and Learn series in that one. So that's going to be a lot of fun as well. Links to Bet site. What kind of chair do you have and how comfortable? Okay, I've got the arms pushed up. Let me push this down. This is a Costco special chair, and it goes up and down. I can move these and get them out of my way. I have a tendency of leaning on my arms. So this chair is very comfortable. Costco was, I think, about $199 for it, but well worth it. It just really made it a lot easier for me to get around and move around. I don't know I'll come from this long crafting stuff. I'm really bad. When I get going on a design, I'll sit here for 6-7 hours. I'll forget to eat. So I'm sitting on that chair for a long time. But the big saving part of this whole thing, my desk is one that goes up and down. So if I'm tired of sitting, I can just raise the desk. Where's this button? What pattern vinyl did you use on this one? This was the sampler kit from Cricut for this one. There was a sampler kit that came out, and I do believe they still have that sampler for sale on the website. And I'm sure Elena can give you her link for that particular product. Because you can get so many different parts and pieces from Cricut, if you buy their sampler packs, it works out extremely well because you get so many different designs. Now, a lot of people will go through and they will have specific colors in mind and specific things they want to do. I craft a little differently. I design it, I know what I want to make, and then I just go to my supply drawer. What do I have and what colors are in there, and try to mix and match them after the fact. And that's so I'm not wasting a lot of material. Now, having I mentioned before that I buy all the mystery boxes I possibly can. And I've got to a point now where I can't buy anymore. I have no more storage room. I have those buckets, plastic buckets. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them full of different vinyls, iron-on, different samples that I've purchased. So I have to start using some of those through. But like I said, you can go to the dollar store and you can end up with, a ton of stuff. So a couple of little things that you can do for yourself when you're working on your crafts. This is a dollar store item. This is just a little bucket. I use that for all my scrap paper on my desk. So anything that I'm working on, vinyl scraps, all go inside here. And it's nice to have one of those around. And then, let's see. You've probably seen these for the vinyl as well. I just put that on my fingers, so when I'm weeding anything, I can just stick it in there and it stays in place. So weeding and vinyl and things sticking all over the place. The only thing I haven't really figured out yet is how to control glitter. No matter what I try, I get it everywhere. On me, on the floor, everywhere. I have one of those from Dollar Tree. Yes. The dollar store is your best friend. I was in there yesterday, and of course I pick up all kinds of different things when I am there. The last time I was in there, they have a bunch of these stencil sets, and they're raised so that you can then go through and just do a little tracing of someone's scan. I'm actually going to scan this in and make it part of a design. I have all kinds of different little things. So you got to think outside the box. Sometimes you look at that like, what can I make with that? That is the most important part. This is asked before, late getting to the party. Does the plaque need to be untreated? No, it doesn't. You just have to know that it has to stick on the surface. So you might have to do a test on the back side. Often because these things on the back, I've taken it off now, but I did a little test on the back to make sure things would adhere. I coated it with Mod Podge first, and then it's easier for it to stick. So if it's already treated, then you should be okay for the iron-on, but you do have to put a coat over the top to make sure it stays in place, and that's the big important. Try and do it over top of a cookie sheet with sides. No, I haven't tried that. Thank you, Susan. That's a great idea. It's just one of those things. The finger catcher, easy to, very easy to just, I put it somewhere over here. So what I do with this is I just turn it inside out like this. And then it all comes right out. Okay. Materials type iron-on patterns. Thank you. I buy my weeders and scrapers from the Dollar Tree. Yes, good idea. Is the finger easy to clean out? Yes, I got that one. I just want to make sure I don't miss any questions. Now in Canada, we have both the Dollar Tree and Dollarama. And so we can come up with all kinds of ideas. I buy little bits of stuff from them all the time just to make, and some of them are smaller pieces. I love some of their notebooks and ideas that they have that you can bring and make on your own. Now, my theory behind is why spend $5 on something when you can make it for $72? I mean, it's just one of those things as a crafter and all kinds of stuff like that. You're going to end up doing that. Oh, I can make that. And then you wonder, should I buy it or should I not buy it? It's $2 to $3. No, I want to make it. I don't know how many of you feel like that. It's just one of those, I don't know what it is about crafting. We just all get into that space as we can play with different things. Now you'll see a lot of things behind me as well that you think, oh, I can make that. There's a heart box sitting down on, I'm going to figure out it's over here. Now you could make this in a smaller size as well on the Joy. It's just a box, and I show you how to properly glue things together. And it's the little tricks. You can cut anything you want, but it's how you assemble it and make it easy for yourself. I see a red heart behind you. No, that's just cardstock. You could apply iron onto it for sure. I pull these apart just to show people how you glue things together. You just make a lot of, I don't know if you can see this. So it's just little cuts, and you glue it together, and you just put something over top. You could take this bottom, do some beautiful designs, and iron on over top of this for sure. I mean, you can use iron on anywhere. So we ironed on a bunch of stuff like in this little box as well. You can see I like 3D type things. I put little magnets on it. So all kinds of little things. I guess I could be called a crack. Can you tell everybody a little about your Creative Crafters Club? Okay, there are 2 ways for the Crafters Club. There is my free version, which is my resource library, and it's just called free.creativecraftersclub.com. But if you want to become a member, it includes all 7 of our events that we have here. We have 3 summits, 4 workshops, monthly training, and a bunch of other stuff that happens every year. You can join at the hub.creativecraftersclub.com. So it's hub.creativecraftersclub.com. If you want to test us out, you can join the monthly, and I'm not too sure if you've got the code for it. You just type for a coupon code, you type in free month, and you will get a free month to take a look at a lot of our training. We take you through our Maker series, and we're just posting step 3. Right now we have a 5-step process for learning the Cricut. And of course, it's called Maker, M-A-K-E-R. And each one has a different portion so that you're learning little bits at a time and tricks along the way. And then, of course, we add our monthly training into that. So that's hub.creativecraftersclub.com. And the coupon code would be free month. For the quarterly, if you have the all access pass, you'll have to look in the bonus section, and you will find there's a coupon code to get free 3 months. So if you buy your all access pass, that's an important part. That 3 months is $99 in value. So you've already paid for your all access pass right away. Plus you get to keep all of this. Now with our club, when we put on a summit or a workshop, this is really important, and you are a paid member at that time. You have ongoing access to that workshop or summit. As long as you were a paid member, you don't lose it when you're no longer a member, because you were inside the membership when you got access. So you get that on an ongoing basis. You just won't get any future ones or any past ones. It just depends on when you join. So that's just a little bit about that. That's hub.creativecraftersclub.com. Free month is the coupon code for the monthly. And if you have the all access pass, you'll have to check in your bonus section and make sure you get in on that deal. Now, the other thing is I'm giving away a Joy bundle, and that's all kinds of little Joy products such as iron-on and vinyls and cards and all kinds of things. The value is approximately $500. So make sure you get in on that prize draw. Elaine is going to be making the draw later today, and we'll pick a winner from those that join that. So make sure you find where that form is on here. So any last questions? I made that in one of your events. Okay. You have 5 minutes to bring on your questions. Right. Yippee. Wow. Okay. And thank you, Susan, for that tip with the cookie tray. I think that's a great idea. I've used cookie trays to make my own marbled paper as well. So there's no reason why you can't do it that way. So if there are no other questions, I've talked my little heart out for you. Okay, there's the giveaways. Elena's just put in, it's createwithcricutjoy.com/giveaways. So make sure you get in there and have a fun day.